That's what he said with Cedric D. Sanders.
100% real, raw, and uncut. Deadass.
Hello, my name is Cedric, and along with my beautiful wife, Connie, we'll be hosting my brand new podcast, That's What I Said. I'm a retired Navy veteran that suffers from PTSD and anxiety, and we'll discuss how I cope with the mental illness through comedy and discussion. It's a podcast that will talk about everything from cryptocurrency to comedy. If we're worrying about the dollar going up and down, up and down, up and down, and it's still a dollar, guess what? The value of that means absolutely nothing. Cryptocurrency in itself is the future of money. From spirituality to cannabis. To have cannabis on the Schedule 1 list is bullshit. I'm sorry, it is. It makes absolutely no sense. If it's a seed that can be planted and it has healing properties in it, why the hell is it in Schedule 1? Last time I checked, cocaine don't have healing property in it. From interracial relationships, I don't have a problem with people talking about interracial relationships. People try to talk bad about my interracial relationship just to think that they can get under my skin. I mean, really, it don't bother me. I mean, let's not make, call a spade a spade. But if you have a problem with someone that's in love, it shouldn't matter the race of the person. It's a mental illness in our community. The problem is people want to put labels on it. Everybody wants to put color on everything. And as soon as you put color on it, it gets treated differently. The money gets treated funny. Because if it's dealing with Asians, guess what? It's going to take a longer process unless those leaders step up and get into the president's face or U.S. leaders' face and say, this is a problem in our community. Not leaving one topic unturned. If you want to hear real, authentic conversation, interviews, and comedy, please take time to listen to That's What I Said, because I said what I said.
Giving you 100% authentic, real, raw, unapologetic truth with no filter. Listen to That's What I Said. Available on your favorite podcast platform.
That's what he said with Cedric D. Sanders.
Welcome to another episode of That's What I Said with Cedric Sanders.
Giving you 100% authentic, real, raw, unapologetic truth with no filters. This broadcast starts now.
What's good? What's good? What is good? What's going on? What is really going on? It is Tuesday at that 7 p.m. Eastern time, so you already know what time it is. We already ready to kick it in high gear on That's What I Said podcast, live and direct on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or wherever you listen to your podcast. What's good, babe?
What's good? What's good? What's good? Thanks for tapping in and tuning in with us. As always, we are live and direct from Studio B. I'm a little intrigued on our topic discussion tonight.
Yeah, I mean it's a conversation that nobody. People are talking about it, but it's like a surface 5-minute conversation that people are talking about it in, and
they're not really going further into depth on it.
No, and I think a lot of it has to deal with the fact that they're in situations where they gotta go in every day.
Right.
See the same people every day.
Right.
People they don't want to deal with every day.
Right.
And then go home with that mad attitude because they didn't have to sit in front of somebody's face all day and them telling them how much of a good job they're doing, but they can't stand them.
Yeah.
So tonight is a topic I think that it's one of those things that we should be talking about outside of the fact that we know that people innately have to go to work.
Absolutely.
When you go to school and you get your little trade or whatever it is you do, go in the military, whatever, you have to go to work. I mean, that's the way bills get paid, and that's the way you get a car and all this other stuff. But if we're telling people that they have to go to work, they have to get a job, they have to do all these things, what are we really saying?
Right.
It's, I think, a responsibility that we should have, regardless of what your financial situation is or wherever you are, you're at socially and mentally.
Mm-hmm.
Work shouldn't be as hard as it is.
No. I mean, they've technology has changed so much that there's so many different tools and stuff available that work should really be easier.
You would think.
One would think, yes.
But to me, and this is just my opinion, and that's what I said, so everything that I say is my opinion. I think it's harder for people to want to go to work now because of what happened, in 2020.
Yeah.
It was not because people got lazy or people got into a situation where they didn't feel like they should work.
Mm-hmm.
It was, we had a pandemic. The sad part about it is that the pandemic forced people to work from home.
Right. So
we're going to talk about it tonight, the future of work, in person versus remote. And like I said, every time I create topics, it always has, I think, in some form or fashion, generated it's generated some type of responsibility on my side because of, this is us. I entirely show up at 30 minutes late every day, work 30 minutes, then watch YouTube TV and send people reels.
And be tired as fuck when you get home.
Exactly,
That's because your brain and your eyes have been glued to your phone or whatever, the TV that you have. And it does something to the neutrons and stuff.
Well, I think
and it makes you sleepy.
Well, that, and people don't realize this, when you have a job, regardless if it's 8, 10, 12 hours, and
if it's solely computer,
75% of it is sitting in front of a computer, you're going to be tired. Yeah, your eyes going to be tired, your brain going to be tired, you're going to be tired.
Absolutely.
I don't care how much sleep you get.
You're tired is tired.
Yeah, you're tired is tired. Shit. Facts. I mean, it goes to like, we don't understand why it's so important. I mean, and in certain jobs, yes, you would have to go in. I mean, I don't be tired, I'm lying. But it's to me, some jobs will require you to go to work. You can't be a cop working from home.
Exactly.
How are you stopping a bank robbery sitting at home? You doing GTA shit?
Right.
You got a remote control car in your driveway, and then they say it's a robbery going on, and you just send the remote control car out.
Right.
And it represents you. Yeah. If it was that easy.
And I mean, that's just like grocery store chains and restaurants. Those are all in person.
Right. Certain jobs. Yes. Certain jobs are in person. A lot of these jobs should not require someone to have to sit in front of a damn desk when they can do that shit at home. That's just my opinion. It makes absolutely no sense.
Why be in an office building?
Why are you in an office building with a bunch of other people that have to be there because their job requires them to be there? It's just what they're good at and what they may got a degree in, and this is what they've been doing for a few years. Mm-hmm. You got to go to work. And then everybody was like, well, that's not fair. We used to have this saying in the military when I was in the Navy: choose your rate, choose your fate.
Absolutely.
You choose the job that is either chosen for you or what you come in the military on.
Yep.
And exactly. So it to me, it's harder, I think, for people to fathom the idea of working from home. And then there's other people that feel like they produce more working from home because really all they do is sit in front of a computer.
Right. And I mean, I guess I can wholeheartedly say for myself, working from home, my production is far better than it is in the office because I have a lot less interruptions and all that kind of stuff. And at home, I still get the work done and then some. So, I mean, it just...
there's certain skill sets or certain jobs, I think, that that's going to require you to go to a job and work. To me, there's other skill sets, and it's something that Mario said that I was going to discuss anyway. But it's the role of technology and AI in the workplace was one of the things I was going to talk about. But exactly what he was saying, most work that you do remote is getting outsourced for cents on a dollar.
Yeah,
like literally, it's for cents.
Yep.
They're like literally using either ChatGPT or some type of AI software to do the job that someone would normally do, regardless if it's filing, whatever. And literally they're outsourcing it. A lot of government contracts are being given to people that went to school, got their degrees or whatever in whatever field, created a business, and now it's getting contract to them. And guess what? They're working from home.
Yeah.
And it requires little FaceTime with the company that you're contracted with. So it's becoming a norm, but I think we as people have already, been programmed. We've already been told you have to work.
Absolutely.
Now, there's been several discussions, and Harvard has done all kinds of they've done all kinds of studies and all these different things, and I'm sorry, I'm reading the comments, y'all. Push 1 to speak to customer service. 46 minutes later, I'm yelling, customer service! I'm like, bro, I've been on hold for 46 minutes. I just saw you in the queue, bro. What's up? What you need?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, my debit card don't work. Damn. All right, hold on.
I'm too through.
So I think, what I was getting ready to say is they've been doing a lot of studies on this whole remote from work and the benefits and the challenges that someone would face, working from home.
Right.
But then it's going into a bigger spectrum of how are they going to let this work, or how can they make it work to save the company money, as well as being able to pay someone the salary that they're going to pay them to do the job.
Right.
And possibly, still come into work, but not on a Monday through Friday basis. It's been a talk where they would do like some of the countries overseas. Some of these countries overseas only work Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. They off Friday and Saturday. And then some places want it to where it's a 4-day work week where you just come in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah.
You're off Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and then you go right back to work on Monday.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I think a lot of people would actually like that because they always have a 3-day weekend. But I also think that if you are having the ability to have this time, less time at work, but more time at home, a lot of people was going stir crazy during COVID.
Right. You're right.
It's like I'm around this person. Yeah, I'm married him. I love him and everything. But damn, I'm around this person all day, every day. And some people that work from home, they have their distractions. They got their own in-home distractions. And some people's like, oh, you got chores and stuff to do. Wait a minute. If you're supposed to be at home working, why is chores a distraction?
Right.
To me, that's the same damn break that most people do to go smoke a cigarette or to go down to the damn store to get some snacks or get a coffee or whatever. It's the same shit. So what's the difference? You're just doing it at home.
Yeah.
You ain't got to buy no fancy little outfit and go within a dress code and have your hair cut a certain way and do all this. Come downstairs in your damn pajamas and get to work.
Yep.
So, I mean, I think there's a lot more that's going to go into this. And the reason why I say I think it's a lot more that's going to go into it is because it's becoming more of a conversation due to the fact that AI is starting to get involved.
Yeah.
And you got government or certain senators putting into place, I would say they wouldn't necessarily, I guess they are laws, but they're putting in place things that schools should be able to do their own research on to help, so people ain't using AI to do their homework and all this, people trying to find shortcuts to
they're adding different policies.
Right. They're adding different policies to make sure that these things are checked. But I think it's leaving too much of the creative mind to shortcut ways to get things done. Instead of we don't have the so I was in a situation where you couldn't shoot from the hip. You had to know your job.
Oh, absolutely.
And if you didn't know your job, it affected lives. It affected the responsibility of you being able to take care of your man or woman or whatever the case. When you're in the military, that's just part of your DNA.
Right.
Other jobs is like that as well, when you do public service or whatever the case may be. But there's some jobs you just don't have that relationship. You just go there because you have to pay bills.
Right.
And some people is like, I hate this job, but I got to go because, money got to be made. I got to pay bills or whatever. But if we don't have the responsibility to even just look at the bigger picture, and this is the bigger picture. They want you to have a home. They want you to have a place to stay, regardless. Regardless if it's an apartment, a shed, a duplex, a freaking trailer, a house, it doesn't matter. If you're able to do the same job you're doing at home, why not let these people do that?
I know. It
shouldn't be that big of an issue. But the issue is responsibility of the company and paying for the thousands of dollars they spend for a building, an office space, and they have to fill it and produce the work that they're supposed to produce and more. And pay you so that you can have the lifestyle that you desire to have because you're owed that. This ain't slavery, damn it. You don't work for free.
Right.
So you should be able to have your house, your cars, your investments, your vacations and all these different things and share that with your family and your kids and stuff so they can have, the lifestyle that they would ultimately love to have and not have to struggle.
Right.
But I think the idea of struggle is taken out of context because I think people are scared to struggle.
Yeah, because to those individuals, struggle is failure. And they don't want to fail.
I can agree to that. But I also think that struggle is innately a bad word that a lot of people don't want to go through because they've never had to. And they will do everything they can so they don't be presented with that.
Yeah.
And life be lifing. Let's be real. Certain things happen to where it's like, damn, I'm struggling. Not realizing that you're struggling, but you are. And it's nothing that you're doing wrong. It's possibly nothing that you're doing wrong. You're doing everything right. You got a job, you got a house, you're doing all the things, paying all your bills, but bills keep going up, but your money ain't.
Yeah.
Bills keep going higher and higher and higher, but your money ain't. Food.
Yeah. Inflation.
Yeah. I mean, everything is evolved around this whole hyperinflation thing. But at the same time, they're not circumventing or not even circumventing. They're not trying to do corrective measures to make sure that we as the people are taken care of the way we're supposed to be taken care of financially and be responsible financially and not worry so much about the price of food and everything else. And absolutely what my brother Body said, struggling is learning. Because you're going to learn what to do to get out of this situation and to not go back. And then people that have never been in a struggle, their struggle is not going to be the same struggle that you going through.
True.
Your struggle could be in a sense of, you're tired of living in the same apartment. You want to get a house to where you can have a little bit more freedom and things like that.
Right.
But it's your credit or you don't make enough money or it's so many different factors. And it's, I think, harder for people that haven't been presented that opportunity. And then you have other people that says, what they got to be presented the opportunity for? Because guess what? A lot of people only know of a few things to do because that's what was presented to them. That's what was taught to them.
I was just about to say that was what was taught to them.
And that's why we have all these little jobs that we can consider little jobs.
Yeah.
That barely pay minimum wage. And then we look at it, well, somebody's got to do it.
Right.
I mean, you don't want to go to Chick-fil-A and ain't nobody there.
Yeah, for real.
It's my pleasure.
But
would you rather have a robot say my pleasure or somebody?
I was just about to say the age of robotics is coming into play because, really and truly, they're utilizing robots in pharmacies and stuff right now.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about robots because I watched the whole Terminator freaking series this weekend, and that's shit. Skynet is real. Anyway, me personally, I think that, what's good, Steve? I just think that a lot of responsibility is not, the real responsibility is not being taught to people, because people are bad with money, and it's not because it's inherent to them to be bad with money. It's a habit.
Yeah.
It's like we show them all the nice things in the world, but we don't never show them how to get those nice things. And it's like they do everything they can to have those nice things, but then you teach the bad.
Yep.
And never the good. And when you teach the good, the bad don't want to listen no more, because they're conditioned to do bad shit.
Absolutely.
So we need to not only help reinstitute the idea of it's okay to struggle.
Yeah.
But it's not okay to continue to struggle and never learn how to get out of that struggle. See, people will teach you that or want to teach you that, but nobody wants to listen. It's like telling an alcoholic to stop drinking. They're not going to listen to you.
No, not at all.
They've been doing this for years.
Right.
That's like telling somebody addicted to drugs. It's like I don't get it. Absolutely. Picking up a part-time remote as we speak. Some things work better for people that have, certain lifestyles.
Yep.
And I understand where Vegas is coming from. I went to high school in Vegas, so I ain't gonna put his business out there, but I understand why he would want to pick up a part-time remote job. I mean, some things is better to be done at home.
Yep.
Exactly. Exactly.
Boy, if that's not the profoundest
comment. That is a bar.
The brokest become that way via consumption versus saving. Man.
Where my bomb at? Because that right there deserves that, because that's the truth. That's the truth. It's consuming, because people don't realize this. When you get paid, there is always this thought in your mind about what do I need to get? What do I need to do?
Yeah.
Some people,
what's got to come out of this check?
Some people, yeah, and some people have the idea, okay, what bills I got to pay? I got to do this. I got to do this. And then it's like, okay, I got all this. I got a little bit of extra money. What do I do with it? We're not having those conversations. Or we're having the conversations, nobody's listening to them. Or you don't have the people around you enough that's going to push you to listen to the conversations you need to be listening to. Yes, time versus money. Absolutely.
Yep.
And I think my wife knows, because I told her in 2024 I was changing my evolution of how I do not just my business, but what I'm doing financially. And it's like, one of the things I told her I was doing was I am going to day trade crypto. I am going to day trade crypto. And then some people were like, oh, well, to become a day trader, that's like $25,000. That's for stock market.
I mean, I think it's a great goal that you're putting on yourself to do. And I know for me, it wouldn't work for me, because I'm not savvy enough with crypto or the research that you've done over the last, good gosh, 5-6 years to get to where the level that you're on right now. So you understand it, and you would be able to do it and not have an issue with it.
Well, that plays a part in it, but I'm going to be honest with you. One of the things that you have to be able to have if you're going to day trade crypto or stocks or whatever is patience.
Right.
Knowledge, yes. Knowledge is key. You have to have knowledge. But the other thing is patience. And a lot of people don't have patience. They don't want to make money, so they don't have the patience to learn the stuff that they need to learn. And then have the patience to sit in front of a computer and everything else.
Right.
And I'm going to come back to this whole sitting in front of the computer thing in a minute. But a lot of times that is something people don't want to do, but they'll sit on the computer on a dating app, or they'll sit on a computer and play games, or they'll sit on the computer and look at other people's live videos or go on YouTube or whatever the case may be, but they won't sit on the computer and make money. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. A fear of change has always played a part in that. And absolutely, body, don't limit yourself. I've tried to teach her, and it's not been a struggle, but it's always been that she's listening, But
I can listen to him talk about crypto body all day long. But
what's good, Stacks?
it don't register with me to be on the level that he's on.
I will give her I promise y'all this. I promise y'all this, and y'all can hear this. This is recorded. Just because I'm live don't mean it's recorded. This is recorded. So please download the Spreaker podcast app so that you can actually listen to the audio, and please listen through the commercials because those ads actually help the podcast, and it's not just financially, it just helps my podcast as far as being able to get into the different demographics that it needs to get into, and knowing your phone and your geolocation that I don't get to look at, the platform does, so they can distribute the podcast correctly. Anyway, I think that crypto is a very intricate currency, but tying this back to the topic, when you have the time, if you got the time to sit in front of a computer and want to do remote work or have the ability to do remote work, to me, you should be able to negotiate when you can go in and out of the office.
Absolutely.
Like what days work for you? What is the minimum that I have to go into the office? And what are you expecting out of me when I go into the office? Because what I'm doing, what I'm going to produce when I'm home, I can tell you right now, it's going to be completely different than what I'm going to do in the office.
Absolutely.
And I know me.
And I can attest to that.
Well, yeah, absolutely. But I know me. If I'm working from home, I won't have any distractions because I would have an office. I would have an office in my privacy. But to me, now this is just me. That's what I said, my opinion. This don't mean that it's the truth. That don't mean you gotta take it as, the whole Don Julio thing. You ain't gotta do all that. You ain't. But you may agree with what I said, and that's absolutely okay. But to me, if I'm able to have the ability to negotiate the hours or the days that I go into work, and I produce more at home than I would going into the building, because I know me, when I go into the office, I don't want to talk to a lot of people. Everybody wants to have meetings to see how you're doing.
That should kill me. I'm sorry.
To be in your business. And then half the time, and I know me, I'm not a very giving person to my personal life unless I done met somebody or I've worked with someone for a long period of time and I know their family. That's something totally different. But if it's somebody that I don't even have conversations with or fuck with like that, why am I even wanting to have a conversation with them about my personal life?
Yeah.
That's just, to me, certain things you just don't want to do. Absolutely, body. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's in Vegas, you're correct. It's the small talk that folks want to manipulate conversation to find out how you're doing, what's going on in your house and outside of the office and those types of things. And then, like Ced brought up, it's the damn meetings all day long. For what?
They want to have a meeting every time you come in the office just to make sure they put eyes on you.
Exactly.
Do their leadership check. Okay.
Bruh.
And I was a leader for more than half my career. Trust me.
That should be killing me.
I see the people that work for me every damn day. Every day. And you mean to tell me that I can't put a barrier between them and work? That makes no sense. I'm not trying to get that personable with people.
Right. Stacks, you're correct. It's the micromanagement hierarchy.
Right. And that's and the sad part is a lot of leaders have went to that because they say it's effective. No, it is not.
No, it's irritating as
this is just me, okay?
a sit down and a snack.
Facts. This is just me. I'm not into micromanaging. And I think this is the thing that has forced people to want to go into business for themselves.
Yes.
Create some type of leverage between themselves and the place that they work for. But at the same time, still be in control of everything that you can do and what you produce, and have control of the people that's around you.
Yep.
But we can't get to that position because we're not taught that. We're not given a blueprint of this is what's effective. This is what worked for me. This may not work for you, but this is what I wanted to do and what I wanted to get into. Like for me, my business is broadcasting, podcasting, and things of that nature. And the reason why I picked that is because of this podcast I've been doing for over 4 years, and trying to effectively, not just get other podcasts under the umbrella, but get into an absolute way of effectively getting messages out in the technology, what people are listening to today. More college students listen to podcasts than anybody else.
Wow.
College students. Some people don't even have the opportunity to go to college. And guess what? They're still listening to podcasts as well. But the thing is trying to teach a generation of people how to get there. And absolutely, what Steve said is just the nail on the head for me.
Right. And
not being taught isn't an excuse, for real, because the info for anything and everything is out there. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. I literally, I look at T-Pain on Twitch. He does Twitches like at weird times because he's on the West Coast. So I can get up in the morning at 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning, or 7, or whenever I decide to get up between those, 2-3 hours. And he'll have, a Twitch video or whatever where he then already, that he's already clipped. And one of the things he said in there was Google tutorial. He's like, I don't care what it is you're trying to do, what you're looking for, Google tutorial. It's out there. The same thing that Steve just said. It's out there. It's literally, you got Google, you got Bing, you got all these different search engines. I remember when they had Web Crawler. Shit, I'm telling my age.
Wow.
English, mother.
And it's like Stack said, we're in a technology innovative world where agile methodology is the new wave.
Facts.
And that is such
Facts.
a damn fact, because
Facts.
they are pushing the agile method, the scrum master.
Right.
Like they're pushing all these types of certifications, and some places are actually offering these certifications for free.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where you don't actually have to pay for it. Like you go register for, a class or whatever. You don't have to necessarily pay the actual amount that the class costs.
Right.
But if you're part of this community or what have you, some of those communities, especially for a lot of our military folks, the veterans, and those that are transitioning out from the military to civilian world,
right?
There's so many different groups and stuff that are available that are offering these certifications for free.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna throw this out there. I appreciate you, Steve. I'm gonna look at it just a second. Something that was going in my mind when you were saying that was like they have this took years for the military to even get it in place the way they do now.
Right.
Let me get that out. But veterans still don't get the 100% treatment I think they deserve to get. It shouldn't be a fight to up the amount of money that these veterans get on disability as well as their compensation and pensions.
Right.
But there's people out there that never got that military exposure, were able to go through the different cycles of life, get a job, have kids, have a family, whatever the case may be, or just be single and, have the house and the house. I mean, just have the things that they need in their life, a car, house, right. Everything's good. But there's people out there that never get to that point because they make excuses. And the disconnect is that the excuses that they make is the Band-Aid for everything else that's messing with them and everything that's been bothering them. Because a lot of people make excuses when they don't want to fix nothing. Some people make excuses to procrastinate. All these excuses put you in a downward spiral of nothingness to where you are suffering from your own demise because you don't want to get off your ass and just be productive and do something so that it doesn't shelter you. And that's what happens. People get sheltered by their own hand. Like by their own hand. It's like, it doesn't make sense. It's like you're purposely putting yourself in this situation and it's perpetually getting worse. It's like you ain't even got to the point where anything good that somebody says, great to you, it doesn't register because you already got yourself programmed to just dwell in the excuses you created. It's the same thing with someone that's someone that has what's the word I'm looking for? Someone that is insecure. We throw a lot of our own insecurities on other people because that's what trauma bonding is.
Yeah.
And we innately do it because we want to feel comfortable around someone. So we throw our insecurities on someone in hopes that they would understand and try to fix it or help them fix it. No, fix your own shit. You created it.
Yeah.
How are you trying to give me this cold now that we both sharing now? We both coughing on each other. we both too weak to go downstairs and make some third flu. So we blowing our own self up for no reason. Are you serious right now? I'm sitting there with my feet in the anthill, in the same anthill that you then got bit up. These fire ants is tearing your ass up, but I'm gonna put my feet in there because I want to feel what that feel like. Are you serious? Mm-hmm. That's exactly what people doing to themselves when they make excuses. Look, I'm not saying that everybody on this planet will get to the point where they will stop doing the dumb shit that they do and be rich and understand that 6 Saturdays and a Sunday is a whole hell of a lot better than Monday through, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
When you can live a life when you got 6 Saturdays and a Sunday, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So many people are looking forward to being able to have that 6 Saturdays and a Sunday that they really are overdoing it in some respects.
Right.
Because they're working so hard, but they're not getting paid their worth. And they're working basically to die.
Right. And
because there's no benefit in between. They're not enjoying anything.
Absolutely. I see you in there. I see you, Sonia. Absolutely. And I think it's, well, you know what? I see you in here, Deb. Look.
Thanks everybody for tapping in and jumping in the chat and livening the conversation. We appreciate it. We really do.
We can navigate work environments all day long because that's what we're doing. Okay. We can navigate work environments all day long. Mm-hmm. Other people are navigating the excuses and bullshit they create to stay stagnant. That's real. That's stuff that's going on.
Yeah.
That's not just a figment of my imagination. This is real. Mm-hmm. Like, this is real. You can't just not know that this is going on. And people are creating their own negligent situations they perpetually just put themselves in, and they want somebody to feel bad for them. No, you created that shit. Create something to get you out of that shit.
Yeah.
But don't do it to where now you are going to be overly non-productive because now you done gave yourself insecurities because you did some shit that hurt somebody, and now this person hurt you worse than you hurt them, and now you feel insecure because of what this person did to you, and now you're carrying this crap on in every relationship you get in and not dealing with it, and now you're exposing the fact that you not healed. You're just an unhealed person. You just don't want to do your shadow work. You don't want to do all these different things to help you of the thing you created, and now you mad because the people that are actually being rewarded for the hard work they do, you jealous. You hating on them. You mad at their production. They crazy. It's a scam. You can't tell me you making all that kind of money. What's up? How much I can give you so you can flip that for me and give me what you got, or show me how to get there. And then you had the real conversation of showing how to get there, and they fucked that up.
Uh-huh.
Huh?
Oh, you're right, Steve. He gonna make people check out. You're right.
I'm like, I can never force feed the knowledge that I have. I can never do that.
No.
But when you generally ask Body, he didn't put it in the comments already. Ask Body, my brother Anthony Turner. Ask him. He got in my inbox and asked me, if I wanted to do this, what's the easiest and best platform to do it on and why? In my opinion, it wasn't financial advice, because I don't provide financial advice.
Right.
But we can't do that as a people, to just be honest. Dude, I mean, it's like, I'm not trying to yell at y'all and say we got to do better. But
damn it, we got to do better.
But like, for real,
I'm going to stand on it.
We really got to do better.
As a people and a community, as a whole, as a damn United States, we have to do better.
I'm about to say something real, but something funny and fucked up at the same time. You know the reason why they created Cash App? You know the reason why they created Cash App? Like, for real. It was a testing platform to do better than what PayPal was doing.
Wow.
And put it in your hands.
I'm sick.
You know how many people use Cash App on a daily basis, and it's not even to trade money?
Right. They use it for other things.
People don't realize that this was an opportunity to control people and their money. Just my opinion. Because who's regulating PayPal? I mean, who's regulating Cash App?
The damn IRS.
They want to make sure if you get $600 or more in there, where's it coming from?
Yep. Who sent it to you? And why?
Are they doing that with your bank account?
No.
Are they doing that with your bank account? I mean, I'm gonna put it to you like this.
Yep, exactly right, Steve. Taxes.
Facts.
The IRS has Cash App on lock.
And guess what? If you made $600 in crypto,
they want to know that.
They want to know that too. See,
600 is the magic number.
I'm gonna tell you this. Yeah, bank is 10,000. I'm gonna tell y'all this. If y'all don't know what a trust fund is, if you don't know what a private reserve account is, or somewhere in that position of a reserve account, you need to educate yourself first and foremost.
Yep, I was just about to say,
and
go do your
when
research.
if you do vision boards, or if you're goal oriented, put one of those or both of them as a goal.
Absolutely.
5-10 years, however you want to put it out there, and look at the steps it's going to take you to get to that position. Why am I telling you this? Because the banks arbitrage your money.
Yep.
I'm about to make you real mad. So we go to work, and the money they give us is for an hourly wage that we agreed upon that you was going to pay me for the services I provide. Correct? Correct. You know they pay bills before you get in their trash funds. before you get your paycheck, you getting leftovers from the check that they got before they paid their bills.
Mm-hmm.
So when they finally give you the money that they didn't already pay taxes on to pay you to take taxes out of, you go and pay your bills with more taxes as added on to the bill that you're paying.
Mm-hmm.
Because everything you're paying for out of your check is debt.
Yep.
So.
And go to the grocery store to pay taxes.
Absolutely.
Go to the gas station and pay a tax on the gas that you're getting.
I'm going to tell y'all some game.
And then the IRS taxing you again when it's tax time.
I'm going to tell y'all some game, and some people going to check out like Steve said in the comments. They just going to log off. Like, they going to log off. And I'm not trying to be, I'm really not.
Okay.
If you own a business and you put a trust in your business, say that you have a home-based business and you set up a trust for it, and you set it up in your you know what I'm talking about. You set up your trust for the business.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you know you don't pay taxes on that, right?
Yes, I did know that.
Now, did you know that this is how Bill and his wife
don't pay taxes at all?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people sit there and say it's a scam. It's not a scam.
No.
What is his wife's name? He got that.
The ex-wife.
Yeah, the ex-wife.
Melinda.
Yeah. Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation.
Mm-hmm.
That's a trust.
Show the fuck he is.
All that money he got in there, all those billions of dollars, that's a trust.
And he can't get taxed on it.
Nope.
Because why? It's a trust.
Now, he borrows off that trust. This is what arbitrage is. He borrows off that trust.
Mm-hmm. But he's borrowing from himself.
Exactly.
Because he already put all that money in there.
He's the APR.
Yes.
Because he's setting his APR by putting it into investments that are making him money. And guess what? When he makes a profit off that money, he's going to take it out and put it right back into the trust.
Sure is.
Those are two non-taxable transactions. I'm just trying to tell y'all something.
Yep.
So getting to that level may take time. But if you own property, this is something that you need to be trying to do, is set it up into a trust.
Yep. Your house, the car.
Y'all know y'all can borrow off your life insurance too, right? And invest it.
Uh-huh.
Arbitrage that money. Basically what arbitraging is you putting your money back to work. I'll put it in layman's term for the audience that's looking at me on Facebook, and I won't apologize for this. You hoeing your money out. You the pimp, the money the hoe. You better go make me some money.
I'm done.
Counterfeit is illegal, but you can have money babies.
Yes, whole life insurance.
Whole life insurance, yes.
Correct. You can borrow off of it.
It's not that bad. I'm not trying to have y'all have these negative thoughts about how I'm talking. I'm just trying to reach the audience on all levels.
Mm-hmm.
You got to hold your money out.
Yep.
I'm not saying you gamble with it. That's entertainment.
Yes.
Some people, they're addicted to that. That ain't entertainment at that point.
Right.
You holding yourself out. You might think you holding your money out, but you holding yourself out if you got a gambling problem.
Oh, damn. Call that 1-800 number.
Really, nigga?
I'm just saying. But you put your money back to work. Money was meant to be reproduced, not printed. The reason why it's reproduced is because you increase the value of that money. You continuously print money that has no value because you keep raising the interest rates. And other countries are like, that's bullshit. then how are you making it? I remember like 30 years ago, $1 million you could survive for 30 years off of it.
Yeah. Not now.
You get $1 million, you could probably, based on a lifestyle, you could probably survive 3 years.
Maybe.
And that's a maybe. That's stretching it.
I was just going to say that's a high maybe.
That's a high stretching it at that point.
Right.
So I realize that going into this knowledge-based, solution-based conversation, not knowledge-based, solution-based, I had to do a lot of reading. I had to do a lot of research, and I had to do a lot of my own failures. I talk a lot about crypto because of my failures, because of money I've lost. I've also talked about crypto because of money I've made and the money that I'm continuing to make. I haven't had no big losses in a long time.
Yeah.
So I did a post earlier today.
It's all the way up.
I did a post today, and it wasn't to gloat. I'll answer your question in a minute, Vegas. Remind me, babe, when I get done with this.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when I made this investment, and I said I was going to share it because it wasn't to just gloat. It was to prove to people that $100 into something and just doing your own research, you can flip that. And this was like my practice day trading thing. Earlier this week, Solana was at $87. It was dropping down.
Right.
But I thought it was going to drop down further. And the reason why I thought, and it was just my opinion, me doing my own technical analysis, I didn't see a reason why Bitcoin is going to go up because it was a sell-off. And when that happens, the sell-off, you have more in supply now because people are selling off that crypto. It's like you're selling off your property. Absolutely. Possessing both is empowerment. Exactly. Absolutely. I think I had to have a better conversation with myself trying to understand what crypto is before I could even tell people or understand what crypto is.
Oh, absolutely.
But then when I started seeing these trends, I was like, okay, I can make money off these trends. Let me try. Because I've watched enough videos. I know what to do. I'm actually pointing out what that person's about to do, what he's about to say when he's doing the damn video. So I was like, I know I can do this. So I did it, and I saw a cryptocurrency, in particular Solana, that was down already at 87 cents, but it was up to like $102. So I bought a short in it. And when you buy a short into something in crypto, you were saying that you think that this cryptocurrency is going to continue to go down. I thought it was going to continue to go down because the weight of Bitcoin was going down because people were selling it off, because they were selling it thinking that
the market was crashing.
No, they was thinking that because the Bitcoin ETF, which was a tradable cryptocurrency on the stock market, was going to be able to be traded by different financial institutions. They were like, oh, well, I'm going to sell, drop the market. It'll be cheaper. And all of these investment companies and everything else are just going to collect and start buying the hell out of Bitcoin. The value of it's going to go up, which means the ETF is going to go up. So it brings to the knowledge of, okay, if this is going to continue to go down, and I don't know how long it's going to go down, but I got a feeling it's only going to go here because this is the last time it tested this area. If it goes below that, then Bitcoin is going to fall through the ground. Or it is already. So I took a chance. And I actually got a 36% profit off that chance. But that was taking time, and me taking my time and just overly paying attention to not just the market, but what I know. And what other people.
And being patient.
And what other people are saying and everything else is saying, yep, you're right. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and no, you can't just listen to everybody, but, you know, you got to have the conscious understanding of what you know before you start listening to other people trying to teach you more about what you already know.
True.
Because they can lead you into a wrong direction. So anyway, didn't mean to get all the way into that tangent, but having the responsibility to take chances with finances and everything else is a big responsibility. But at the same time, you got to learn discipline. And if you don't have discipline in your current situation, you have to develop that, because you can't just say, I want to get into cryptocurrency and you don't have no discipline.
Right.
Because this right here is, you have to be completely disciplined.
Yeah.
So,
let's go back to Vegas's comment.
Yes.
Where he says, so you own a business and say a house, a car, whatever, you set it up so that property or car is covered in your trust, which you then pay no taxes on. Am I understanding this correctly?
The idea of setting up a trust is you're setting it up for assets for your kids. It's almost like a will. So you set the trust up to where your kids or whatever have access to it at a certain age, or however you want to set it up. And then
you can put your business in a trust.
You can put your business in a trust so that the income that you make, you're not paying taxes on, but the money that you use in that trust has to be used for that trust purposes. So if you have a business that's within that trust, it's almost like you're paying a nonprofit organization.
Yep.
So,
and then your car, if you use your car for business.
Yeah, if you use your car for business, if you have your car in the business name and everything, and it's within that trust, then it's something that you're able to. I don't think there's still certain taxes you're gonna have to pay on that vehicle, but they're not gonna be the much more taxes that you would think you're gonna have to pay.
Yes.
But get with a financial expert so they can,
truly explain
it to you. I'm just giving you surface information because of what I know, but at the same time, it gives you a point of emphasis or a point of reference to go in and say, hey, I've been having some conversations, or I've been listening to people talk about trust, and I want to get some more information on it and what you can, what can you provide?
Oh, good comment,
okay, there you go, Steve. If anything is sellable, no taxes on gains of sale if in a trust. So basically what he's saying is if you put a house, car, things that have some true worth, and they, you decide to sell it, or the value of that goes up and you sell it, there's no taxes involved. Why is that important? Because if say that your business is thriving, but you want to create something bigger, or you want to downsize what's in your trust and put other stuff in your trust, you're able to do that by taking a picture of what financially is going on, not just in your life and in your account, but if this is something that you're going to will or anything else, you want to keep it in a trust because of it, a state. You don't want to have your shit going.
It's a snapshot in time.
Absolutely. Yeah. So,
I got to read Stax's comment before we go further. He said, impeccable credit weighs more than currency. Possessing both is empowerment.
Right. Absolutely.
That
absolutely
is such a powerful, profound statement.
But I say it, and it's funny because, right, there you go. Leave the house, leave the house and property to the kids in case they don't want to keep it. Period. The thing is, people don't know how to play the game.
Yeah.
Right. Leave it in trust. Absolutely. I think people think, credit is this, that, or the third, and saving money is, okay, but, I got real this going on or whatever, and blah, 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 blah. If you understood what true saving is and actually having great credit, and great credit is not 700. I'm talking about them people over there with them 830s and 850s.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the people I'm talking about. because that's my goal. If not this year, next year. Get to that end game first.
Yep.
Get to that end game first. Don't say that it's not possible, because it's possible.
Anything is possible.
It's possible. Trust me. But also, if there's things that you don't know, and say elevating your business, making sure you do your annual reports on time. God, I'm an asshole. I just paid mine because I forgot.
Mm-hmm.
Being transparent, I had to pay a $25 late fee. But being transparent, totally, I was really concentrating on my business this year because it's my first year. December 31st of last year was my full first year.
Yep.
And I didn't do what I wanted to do because I got discouraged. And I put it like this. I wasn't talking to the right people or listening to the right people at all. And people that were talking about it, I was listening.
But not really.
But no, it wasn't that I wasn't really listening. It was like I never pushed the conversation forward. Because that's where I get intimidated. Because if I don't know, I have to think about how I can ask this person more about what they were talking about. And it's not about, are you really a friend of that person? No, it's not that. It's, when is this person really going to have time to talk to me about all that shit? Because I know it's a lot in that conversation. So it's like, that's what I think about. I don't think about, oh, he better tell me we boys. No, I don't think about it like that. I think about it from their perspective. I'm trying to be genuine to their life, what they're doing.
Yeah.
They may not even want to tell me that. They might have been just saying that.
Yeah, just have conversations.
Not even just part of conversation, just to let that person know, hey, blah, blah, blah. It's out there. Maybe I just got to find it then, right?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, but what the hell am I looking for? So it's being able to go in the right direction and then have the confidence you're going in the right direction. But that's it, y'all. I'm not gonna keep y'all. I've already been on here almost an hour, and that's where I want to keep it, if not shorter.
Great conversation tonight.
And absolutely, and Sonia is right. And that's why many don't reach out. Absolutely. And I think that's where I was last year, and I got stuck. But then something in me, like around, it was like September, I think it was like in August, I started doing more research, because no was something that I still deal with in different situations differently, but no affects me a certain type of way.
Appreciate you too, buddy.
No doubt. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate you too. I don't know. I have more patience now. Don't get me wrong, but I'm more understanding, and no doesn't affect me like it used to. It did in the beginning, but I brushed it off and I had to keep pushing. But at the same time, we ain't perfect.
Right.
My imperfections is who I am, and I'm working through my imperfections because I own them. I have no problem saying, yep, I'm taking responsibility for this, and not because I'm choosing to, because I have to. So it's a responsibility that I have. If I don't have that responsibility, I can't give it to somebody else. So anything for the people before we get up out of here?
I appreciate, everybody jumping in and supporting us and diving in the chat and having the conversation with us tonight. Make sure, if you have not already subscribed to the YouTube channel, please go do so. And share with your friends. Let everybody know. Come join the conversation on Tuesday night. This is where we're at. Studio B. Always. Peace and love.
Studio B. Let me get up out of here, y'all. It was a joy as always. I appreciate y'all stopping by. Make sure y'all stop at the website, ThatsWhatICed.com. And like my wife says, go ahead and please subscribe. Go on not just the YouTube, but Facebook. I have a fan page on Facebook as well. The audio for this podcast is shared there, or you can go to Spreaker.com, SPREAKER.com. They have a podcast app. Download the podcast app, type in That's What I Said, start following me, and you catch all my podcasts when I go live. Unless you want to see the video. And I'm cool with that too. But with that being said, y'all, make sure y'all hit that like before y'all get up out of here. I appreciate the love and support. And as always, y'all be good in the hood. We're going to see y'all next Tuesday. Peace.
That's What He Said with Cedric D. Sanders.
Thanks for listening to another episode of That's What I Said with Cedric Sanders. Make sure to like and subscribe to the show on your favorite podcast platform so you never miss an episode.
That's What He Said with Cedric D. Sanders.
100% real, raw, and uncut. Deadass.
Bitch, what?